Good morning. My name is Cynthia Lees. I'm a light practitioner first and foremost. I'm also a transformational coach and author and publisher. Welcome to episode 10 of Glimpses of Gratitude. I've not recorded in over a month. Life has been interesting. I am grateful for divine arrangements and the way the universe causes us to pause and helps us move forward. I have been paused for a month or more due to illness, gained on travel, on an expansion activity. I went on a cruise to the Caribbean offering light, sharing gratitude coloring books, and meeting with some amazing people, and came home sick. Today, I am grateful for those divine arrangements that bring things together at the right time. I am the daughter of a hoarder, recovering from a bad marriage to somebody else who was also a hoarder, and I claim to be a recovering hoarder. I moved into this house nearly 2 years ago and need to unbox things. We have a guest room for boxes, not for guests, although it does have a wonderful collection of houseplants. It's got a great window, and I enjoy nurturing my orchids. I have a prayer call daily. I may have mentioned it before, and this supportive group of people. Together, we study the teachings in this little prayer book, which are spiritual teachings written in the 1950s and 1960s, aligned with all of the world religions, and leading us to be better people, living heart first, love first, light first, leaving no one behind, and making the world that heaven on earth. To that end, we light workers are looking forward to the 50th anniversary of this practice called Sukyo Mahikari. It came to the United States 50 years ago, so we're celebrating. And our world spiritual leader, whom we call Oshienushisama, is slated to come to the United States, and everybody is tidying their homes, preparing as if we could welcome our spiritual leader into our home. Think of whomever your spiritual leader is your home ready to welcome them? Now, I'm grateful for a dear friend with whom I met who says that since love is the guiding force, my spiritual leader needs to be loving and accepting of me in whatever condition I am when they come into my house. And I appreciate that. And I am there, and I have been there, because I bring that into anybody else's house, although it seems that most of the other houses that I visit have been prepared well beyond mine. But there are others where people live in them just as much as I do and tend to clutter and collect as well. So I'm recovering this back bedroom. On our prayer call a few days ago, one of the people on the call, a marvelous, accomplished physician, reached out and asked a couple of people who are very energetically connected and aware for guidance on decluttering. She wanted to regain her second port in her garage, which is currently filled with boxes of things. And I listened to that and I thought, I need to do this as well. I've been working on it. I'm preparing for Oshienushisama in that I'm keeping up with the dishes and keeping up with the sweeping and things like that, even more than I was doing before. And I want to get this back bedroom unearthed and ready to use. So the next day on the call, I thanked the first person who stuck her neck out and made herself vulnerable and said, okay, folks, recovering hoarder here, I need the support as well. And I had heard a prescription being given to her to say 5 of our Amatsu Norigoto prayers, a particular prayer we chant as she is focusing on this. And that's pretty easy for me because I offer them as I'm tending my farm, tending my plants, moving around the house. So that's a no-brainer. But when I stuck my neck out, they came back with different guidance for me. They said, well, Cynthia, we know, knowing your history and attachment to the things that you have to deal with, go in with an agenda each day of addressing 3 to 10 pieces, not 3 to 10 boxes, 3 to 10 pieces of things. Take each piece, give it time, consider it, give it gratitude, thank it for its service, and then decide, feel where it needs to go next. Is it something that's just getting put away into a cabinet? Good, you're unpacking, yay! Is it something that's somebody else needs? Can I move it to a thrift store, to a consignment store, to a friend who I know is this size or uses this product? Or is it trash? Is it recycling? And this is the 4th day of doing that. And I have practically half of the bed clear. I'll call it a third now. I'm just so amazed and excited by the transformation. I was able to take good clothes, perfectly wearable clothes, some really nice shoes that I moved that I don't wear anymore. I can't reach my feet. I don't put on socks. So why keep these lovely shoes that don't do me any good? They still have great tread, so somebody else can use them. And some new clothing, and some old clothing, but not worn very often, including the dress that I wore for the second ceremony for my second marriage. Yeah, very nice, a dashiki kind of thing. And I'm not going to wear it again. It has memories of somebody I divorced. So we moved it out, found a consignment store in town. Now we live in a little mountain town, and it took 2 days to get there. Pull up there about 3:30 one day, and it was Wednesday through Friday. The sign on the door says open 10 a.m. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday until blank p.m. So there's a commitment there to be there at 10 o'clock every morning. Who knows if she's going to stay? Yeah, by 4 o'clock or 3:30, she was gone. So the next day we went at it was about 2:45, and she was there, looked at everything, said yes, she can take it. And what did I want her to do with the items when it gets time to rotate stock and things hadn't been sold? And I said, donate them. She was going to take them to the Samaritans up in Somerset. I'm like, great, I have moved these things on. The next day, yesterday, the 3rd day, I realized I was making peace with the items, but I wasn't necessarily thanking them. Yesterday was an adventure. I found a stack of government publications on taking care of your home, planting. I poured over one on iris, and many of them didn't have publication dates, but they were old enough where they said, send 10 cents in coin to an address that had 2 lines in it. Somebody's name, his office, and Washington, D.C. So this was a long time ago. And I did have dates on some of them, 1913, 1917, 1935. So the information has been out there for a while, but I had fun pouring through it. And I found one on foot care that had a whole page of my father's handwriting, careful notes about how the sizing goes for the shoes at Zayre's and the 2 different, what do they call those tools? The tools that they use to measure your feet if you go into a shoe store. There was a custom one and a something else. And oh, he was a scientist. He had specific notes, so he knew how to get the right size shoes at the right size place. I thought I was bad at taking notes. Yeah, I did get things from him, but not as detailed as this man. Yeah. Anyway, so I'm grateful for listening to the guidance and following the guidance and having the universe say, yes, you're ready to part with this. And look, you drove down the street. There's a consignment store. Hadn't noticed it before, but I was about to need it. As you need the things, the universe brings what you need at the right time. So listen, pay attention, and if you notice something that you hadn't noticed before, ask yourself why. I could go into a random text I got yesterday, but I think I've been talking too long. That could be another day. It's all about divine arrangements, and that's my glimpse of gratitude for you today. Have a blessed, magical, marvelous, exciting, joyous, laugh-filled day. Thank you.